Fire escape engineers inspect the summary video. Here we are in New York City, and what we have here is a fire escape that feeds a roof. Pre-existing non-conforming, there's no catwalk up here. We need to identify whether the owner, the city official or the authority having jurisdiction will accept this roof without a catwalk tying into this existing fire escape system. Somebody has come in here and repainted this fire escape. It changed a lot of bolts, as you can see here, but sadly they didn't change every bolt. There's life safety concerns here. This fire escape is not structurally sound at this time. We've got a major rust just on this major platform up here, so this is not ready to carry a load. This could drop and hurt somebody. They've changed all the tread bolts but left all the rust inside the treads. As we go down, you'll see that's pretty evident that they changed a lot of bolts here and there, but they did not remove the rust. And again, this platform is in serious need of emergency repair. 100% of the treads have been rebolted, but they left all the rust in every connection. So rust inside. New bolts, but rust stayed inside. And as I get closer over here, you're gonna see just how dangerous this is. Look at that. Here, look at that. That's all rust. None of that's been changed out. So we got a compromised support here that's gonna drop. Look how bad this side is. Look. All that, none of that got done, yet they just painted right over it. And look at that up there. So a lot of original hardware, square head bolts, rivets stayed behind. Look at the bulge up here. Look at that, look at all that rust inside there. So very not professional. Whoever charged, if they charged to rebolt this fire escape, you have to change every bolt. Every original hardware needs to be changed out in order to avoid the load test. Otherwise, in order to avoid the liability disclaimer letter, you need to load test this after a spot repair. So this is considered a spot repair, but some of these can't even get load tested because rust is still in the connections. As we go down, you'll see that more evidence as we go down. Okay, going down the stairs, we're gonna go backwards. Again, they changed, left the gaps, rotters getting in here. They gotta seal these all up. Every one of these treads, rust in the connection. Gets more down, going down below, all the way down to the cantilever. A lot of the cement work didn't get done. Spalling of the cement connections. They need to tie those back up. So at least 50% of your treads, 50% of your cement did not get sealed or did not get repaired properly. Okay, so let's continue down. This will start repeating itself after a while. You got a major failure on the platform. Look, the hole, you can stick your fingers through this thing. That should have been replaced. Rivets are missing. Can't sign off on that. Okay? As you look up, you can see that the spalling of the connections, they need to be repaired and then sealed. Going down this set of stairs, again, none of this was swapped out. They swapped out one bolt. Look, they left the rust inside there. I can put my finger. This one, nothing was done. Rust still in there. That's ½ an inch of rust on this staircase. There is some life safety concerns. Look at all the rust inside the treads. Rust. They changed the bolts, but they left the rust. This fire escape does not pass inspection if you leave the rust inside. Cement. You can start seeing that there's gaps in there, that water gets in there. Okay, going down, all original hardware. They never switched out the original hardware on the main brackets. The rivets, nothing got swapped out. Going down, rust in every tread, even though you got new bolts. Look, original hardware, rust in the corners. Cement, not sealed. This should be sealed so that water doesn't get in there, freeze and thaw and pulls this apart. Original hardware, rusted bolts. Look at this. Look at all that rust jacking that's occurred. They didn't even bother sealing that up. Again, they changed the bolts, but they didn't remove the rust. Okay? So, as you go through here, you're going to see rust from above. Again, they changed the bolts, and it keeps getting worse. So, original hardware, rusted corner, stringer clips. This one's the worst by far. There's over 1 inch of rust on this clip. That's 1 inch. My whole finger, look at that. It's 1 inch of rust. Look how bad. They never even changed this out. This one, put my finger inside here. That's all 3/4 of rust. They never changed this out. Again, all the treads have rust in them. Every single one. Okay, going down. Cement work. There's no cement work done at all. Look at that spalling cement situation there. Look at the spalling situation there. Cracked cement work there. cracked cement work there. So this is all work that should have been done as part of the refurbishment. If you leave original hardware or original rivets, you got to load test the fire escape in order to make it pass. Or if there's going to be an opinion letter issued with a disclaimer, the disclaimer says we never fixed any of these things. So rust, cement not done. Okay, so going down, keeps repeating itself. Cement work not done, stringers not done. Holes in between the two, but then they never sealed it. See, there's still rust inside these connections. See, there's still rust. They only took out whatever they wanted. Some new bolts, but they kept the rust inside. Going down the staircase. ACs in the windows. As long as they're not blocking your access to the fire escape, you can't have ACs in the windows. Cement. No cement work of any kind done on this project. There you have cement spalling everywhere, on every floor. At least 50% of every floor has cement issues. And if they're repaired, you need to seal them. If they're okay, you need to seal it so water doesn't get in there for freeze and thaw. Every tread has rust in the connections. Getting down, missing rivets on the slats. Cement work, gussets, cement work. Okay, they changed out some of these as you get closer to the ground. Now look at this. This tread has all the rust. I can put my finger inside there. This rust, you can actually see through and see daylight down below. So they changed bolts, but they never removed the rust. Look at that. All the right side of this is very bad. See, I can put my finger down there. I can put my finger inside here. So whoever, if this contract included proper rebolting, they need to come back and finish this job. Otherwise, this is an improper repair. They put the bolt in it, but they didn't take the rust out. They got to come here and take all the rust out of here. Can't sign on this. Can't load test it either. So, going down, the final piece, we have a cantilever that doesn't work. Out of balance. The box is incorrectly extended, and what we have is it doesn't go all the way down to the ground, doesn't touch the floor. We got a release arm here. This release arm is not even working. It's here, but it's not securing the fire escape. This is what stopped people from breaking into the building. So right now you got men using the fire escape to work here on this platform here. So if that's the case, let me show you how bad the rust is on this here. Look, I can put my finger in here. Rust, rust, rust. Every one of these treads is rust. Every one of these treads is rust, rust, rust. So this cantilever. Then the worst part, this is over 1 inch. This is the only thing holding this pivot in position. There's 2,000 pounds over this doorway. As soon as this lets go, we're gonna have a cantilever on the ground. So I'm gonna get up, get away from it, so that I can make my final conclusion. Again, all the treads. Rust, rust, and all the treads going down. Some of them are ready to fall. Fire escape is ready. Does have life safety concerns. We'll make the client aware, make the owner aware. This fire escape needs some refurbishment of existing connections that have been rebolted, of existing connections that were never rebolted, existing rivets that need to be reinforced, and cement work on the entire structure. It has been kept painted. Any questions? Fire escape engineers, inspect the summary video. This fire escape will need additional examination and a more detailed report of what exactly needs to be finished on this in order for it to be certified or load tested. 866-649-0333. Fire escape engineers, inspect the summary video. Part 1, we're down here on the cantilever. And what we have here on the cantilever, several things to point out. The cantilever arm is released and this fire escape is not dropping down, so she's bounced backwards. We have an open box so that sometimes when it hits the ground, pieces are going to fall out of that and hit people on the ground. So that's got to be redone and reclosed. The cantilever has, as you can see from underneath, it has weight. It has rust in the connections, as I can see right up there. You got rust in that connection. You can see through right there. We also have rust in this staircase right there. And that tread's ready to drop. But even worse, you got rust. You got more rust on that one. And that one's ready to drop. You got rust in the pivot point. You got rust in the weight box. And this thing needs to be reconfigured because they want to raise it about 12 inches. So we have to reconfigure that first floor to include a C channel across the whole C channel. and so that we can raise it, remove the weight off the back, put a nose balance on the front with a weight, and then make this so that you can still come down, but they want to stay up above the window line and remove this weight box in the back. But the other thing too is right there, as you can see, the fire escape is also, there's also 3/4 worth of rust growth there, and that's holding up the entire weight box. So that's another life safety concern that we have there on this fire escape. This is again just the initial inspection. We also have cement issues, and we're going to show the whole building. So we got cement spalling there. We got cement spalling there. Cement spalling there. So these are all concerns. Any questions? Fire escape engineers, inspect the summary video 866-649-0333.